Hello, beautiful angels. I hope that you are doing well. Today we have some beautiful cards laid out for us in regards to imposter syndrome. This is something that comes up all the time in my client sessions and during my free connection calls that I facilitate is how do I move through imposter syndrome? Imposter syndrome holds me back. I really want to develop my gifts. I really want to show up, but imposter syndrome really gets in the way. So I'm here to channel some messages for some guidance to help you move through it. And before we get started, if this is something that you've been exploring on your own for a while and you feel like you need more guidance, go to the link below and I have a free connection call just for you guys. And in this session, we get to sit together and we really get to take a look at what's not in alignment, what you can let go of, a little bit of healing work so that you feel ready to let the ego step aside and your soul to shine through. Drop the comparisons, drop the limitations, and really aligning and leading with your beautiful soul. So again, you can go to the link down below. And I also absolutely love doing these videos for you guys and all the content I create. I do this from a soul space. I absolutely love it. And I really, really appreciate the energetic exchange. So liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing it with others is so helpful. And I love and appreciate you guys who consistently do that so much. So let's get started. So imposter syndrome, first of all, this comes from the ego, okay? It comes from the limiting mind because remember, the soul truly has no limitations. So the ego is just trying to do its job to keep us safe. And the limiting beliefs that we program while growing up, we have that in our subconscious mind in the back that we're sometimes unaware of. And so we can feel like it's not safe to fully show up and be ourselves and express ourselves. So part of that is just becoming aware of the limiting beliefs, the limiting stories that comes up for you. So bringing awareness to that, we can then choose to let those limitations go. And when we let those limitations go, our soul, we can hear and feel our soul on a deeper level, and our soul is running the show, and it becomes easier to develop your gifts, to show up, to share your message, okay? So we want the ego in the background, okay? Our ego's not bad, okay? It's our personality, right? We want our soul to shine along with our personality, but we want the soul to be the front runner, okay? So we have the card Fire of Transformation, Radical Purification, Violet Flame, Surrendering, Resurrection. So what the message that this card brings up is being willing, courageous, and fierce enough to really be able to look at the ego, to look at the limitations, and to just surrender to that. Okay, we can sit with it and we can move through that because we are powerful creators, but we have to be willing to let it go. Sometimes we can lean too much into the ego because it keeps us safe. Okay, when we are allowing the soul to shine through, the soul is going to take action. It's going to do those scary things like put yourself out there, share your gifts, and that can feel scary, right? So being willing, having that inner fire of I am ready, willing, and able to observe my ego, to let it go, to let go of the limiting stories, the beliefs, to heal these aspects of myself and transmute it into light so that I can come more into my soul. So you have to be willing to let it go, okay? And yes, there will be a period where it feels really scary, but that's okay. Lean into that, observe it, and it becomes easier with time. We have Key to Your Freedom, Healed Inner Child, Create Inner Safety, and Self-Kindness. So how can you parent yourself? Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, a lot of us, well, all of us, we program limiting beliefs when we're a child, but some of us may have grown up not feeling safe to truly express ourselves, be our authentic self. So we can have subconscious beliefs programmed of, it is not safe to be myself. I need to be small in order to receive love. I cannot trust what I say. I need to trust others. Okay? And this can subconsciously be holding us back to really stepping into who and what we truly are and sharing that from a free and authentic space. So if you are feeling a lot of resistance around showing up without having that imposter syndrome being really loud, you can get into a meditative state and meet with your inner child and give your inner child what he or she really needs. And I do this all the time with clients when we have let go of limiting beliefs, we have reprogrammed, we've done some healing work. When there's some really dense energy that is within the body or the mind, we do an inner child's meditation. I take them through a specific guided meditation specifically for them to meet their inner child and give their inner child what they really need and heal. It's so beautiful, and just allow yourself the space to give your inner child what it needs. Okay, and then we have healing, gentleness of love, realignment, and transformation. So when we're willing to have that fire and let go of the ego, when we can meet our inner child and tell our inner child it's safe to be yourself, it's safe to show up, it's safe to express your gifts, and we're letting go of what all the limitations of the ego, this is where healing happens. And it's quite simple. We're just letting go of limitations. That's all it is. Because the more that we can let go of the limitations, like I said, your soul shines even brighter, and your soul is the one leading. Okay. The next card we have is blessings. Be on the soul path. Honor all life. Exchange of joy without karma or sacrifice. So the message that's coming through with this in regards to imposter syndrome is not doubting your soul path, not doubting where you are. We can put a lot of weight of, I should be further along. Is this my path? Is this not my path? And this just creates a lot of mental energy and density in the body when we want to be a clear vessel and a clear channel. And that is where clarity can come in. So take time to enjoy life and not focus so much on imposter syndrome or getting on the right soul path. You're always in the right place at the right time. There are no wrong turns. So seeing each and every single moment as a blessing, even when you're doing this release or you're meeting your inner child, seeing the blessings in all of this, because in releasing, we get to know our soul on a deeper level, like I've said, and that is so incredible because we come into more of who we truly are. So honor your path, honor all the twists, the turns, the ebbs, and the flows. Okay? Because that imposter syndrome voice can tell you should be further along. Why are you taking so long? This doesn't sound as good as someone else. And we can't be comparing our journey to someone else's journey. It's all in divine timing. It is all perfect. Count your blessings. See your blessings. Stay in alignment, okay? Keep your blessing goggles on, I want to say. Just see your blessings in each and every single moment. And this helps this release not feel so dense because it's all a blessing. And then after all that release, we have know yourself, meditate. Who am I? The veil is lifting and opening. So when we do that release, the veil lifts and we see deeper into who we truly are, and staying in stillness with our soul. Because when the ego is really loud and the imposter syndrome is really loud, we're in the mental space and we want to figure out our path. We want to figure out where we are going. We want to figure out how we can develop our gifts more and figure out how we can finally get over this imposter syndrome. But this comes from the soul. This comes from knowing yourself on that soul level. That's where the answers come from. It doesn't come from the mental energy. It comes from the soul. So once you do that release, who are you? What is your message? What are your natural gifts? What do you feel happy and excited and aligned doing? And it just becomes clearer. Okay? Those are all the messages. Okay. Oh, actually, no, it's not. I'm hearing, so the ego, like I said, can get a bad rep for like the limitations and the lack, but the ego, like I said before, it's also our personality. So when you get to know yourself on that deeper level, have fun with it. How do you want to dress, talk, express yourself? These are all things you get to choose how to design your human avatar. Have fun with it. Explore. Have no limitations around it. Just have fun. Our last card is multi-dimensional. Multiple dimensions, timelines, be you. Don't even try to fit in. Don't you do it. Don't compare yourself. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. When you have this release and release of the ego, the limitations, the imposter syndrome, okay? That is not you. When you've come in to know yourself, you can appreciate all the multidimensional aspects of yourself, because you are not one single thing. You are multidimensional. There are so many different parts of you. And getting more comfortable in expressing that, expressing the different sides of you, expressing your different gifts, your mannerisms, your personality that can change from day to day, and honoring that, appreciating that, and knowing that your multidimensionality looks totally different than someone else's multidimensionality. Okay, the ego wants to compare, and the ego wants to look for reasons why other people can do it, but not you. And again, that is just your ego keeping you safe. So how can you wake up every day and honor your multi-dimensional nature and express that? The more comfortable you get with expressing yourself, expressing the different sides of yourself, the soul is the one that is leading, and that imposter syndrome becomes more quiet, until eventually you're like, where did my old friend imposter syndrome go? It's not here anymore. Hell yeah. Okay, so also, my throat chakra feels a little funky. Express yourself. Feel comfortable expressing yourself with different types of people. Express your truth. Express your feelings. Okay? Because the more that you can express yourself and honor your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, that multidimensional aspects, your gifts of yourself, it becomes easier to do it online and serve in a greater way. So those are the messages. So let's do a little wrap up. Be willing to observe the ego and let go of limitations, because the ego wants to keep you safe. So when you choose to let go of the ego, lean into that fire energy, because the soul is going to get louder and the soul is going to want to take action, and that action is going to be very scary for the ego. Lean into that fire, that passion. Know that it is safe. Take that first step. Take that action, even if it's messy. Take it. Honor your inner child. This is where healing comes from. letting go of what is not yours, realigning with your soul, seeing the blessings and the lessons in all areas of your life, seeing the higher perspective. Know yourself through meditation, through sitting with your soul, seeing your likes, your dislikes. What message do you want to get out to the world? What are you naturally good at? What do you want to share with others? And honoring the multidimensional aspects of yourself, your feelings, your thoughts, your different personalities, your gifts. Share that with others in your everyday life. Express that for yourself every single day. And then it becomes easier to do that on a grander scale and share that with people, allowing people to see the real, true, authentic you. So, I love you all so much. I hope that these messages were helpful for you. Let me know below which messages resonated with you. I love you. Make sure keep that ego in check and express your ego in fun ways. Close, dance, express yourself. Express your multi-dimensionality. I love you so, so much.